You get a text at 2 a.m. Someone is falling apart. And without even thinking about it, you pick up. You've always picked up. That's just who you are. The one people call, the one who shows up, the one who handles it. You are what people in psychology call the strong one, the reliable one, the rock, and everyone knows it except you, because you've never thought of yourself that way. You just thought you were being normal. But here's something almost nobody talks about. The strong one is usually the most exhausted person in every room they walk into. They're holding everything together, and nobody is holding them. They're drowning, quietly, with a smile on their face, because that's the only face they know how to show. This video is about where that person came from, because you didn't decide to become that way. Something or someone decided it for you a long time ago, before you even had the words to understand it. Let's go back. Most strong ones didn't grow up in broken families, but they grew up in families where emotions were heavy, too heavy to carry together. So someone had to handle them alone. Maybe a parent was emotionally absent, or sick, or struggling, or maybe they just didn't know how to handle feelings. So feelings got ignored, pushed away, labeled as weakness. And you, being a child, which means being a scientist of survival, you ran an experiment. You noticed, when I help, I get warmth. When I need something, things get quiet. So your brain made a connection. Simple, devastating. I am loved when I am useful. If I stop being useful, I might stop being loved. You never wrote that thought down. You never said it out loud, but it became the operating system of your entire life. Psychologists have a name for what happens to children who are forced to become emotionally responsible for the adults around them. They call it parentification. And it's far more common than we think. The parentified child learns to read the room before they walk into it. They scan faces for danger. They suppress their own emotions to manage everyone else's. And they get so good at it that it stops feeling like a choice. It just feels like who they are. Then they grow up, and the pattern grows with them. Now it's not just their family, it's their friends, their partners, their co-workers. Everyone gets taken care of. Everyone except themselves. And here is the part that really hurts. Because of all the people you've surrounded yourself with, all the people you've saved and held and fixed, you are deeply, quietly lonely. You're surrounded by people who love you, but they love the version of you that never breaks. They love the helper, the fixer, the one who holds it together. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a terrifying question forms. If I stopped doing all of this, would they still be here? There's something else that builds up, something nobody ever talks about. Resentment. Silent, secret resentment. You've given so much, and part of you, a part you feel guilty even for having, is keeping score. You're waiting. You've always been waiting for someone to notice, to ask, to check in without you having to hint at it, for someone to show up for you the way you show up for everyone else. And when it doesn't happen, it confirms the old belief, my needs don't matter. And here is the most painful part of this whole pattern. When you give and give and give, but your own needs stay invisible, you don't just feel lonely, you start to feel like you are nothing without your usefulness, like you are a tool, not a person. And then, and this moment always comes, eventually, the rock cracks, the strong one breaks, not with a dramatic scene. Usually it's quiet, in the car, in the shower, at 3 in the morning, alone. And do you know what happens next? You realize you don't know how to ask for help. Not really. You've been on the giving side of that exchange for so long that the receiving side feels completely foreign, dangerous even, because your nervous system learned a very specific lesson early on. Asking for help is dangerous. It means showing vulnerability. And vulnerability for you was always associated with being ignored or dismissed or left alone. So your brain protects you from it. Research has consistently shown that adults who were emotionally neglected or parentified in childhood show significantly higher resistance to seeking help, even in crisis situations, not because they're too proud, but because their nervous system was trained to associate needing help with the experience of not receiving it. Here's what I want you to understand. You've been running a program that was written for you before you were old enough to choose it. A program that says, stay useful, don't need, don't break, hold it together. But you are not that program. You are the person who has been following it, and you are allowed to stop. Needing help is not weakness. Asking for support is not a burden. The people who actually love you don't want the version of you that never cracks. They want the real one, the one that exists under all that strength. The next time someone asks you, "Are you okay?" try something terrifying. Try telling the truth, even one sentence. "Actually, I've been struggling." That's not weakness. That is the bravest thing a person like you can do. This channel exists for one reason: to help you understand why you are the way you are. Not to judge it, not to fix it in 10 minutes, but so you can see it. Because the moment you can name what's happening inside you, that's when it starts to lose its power over you. Subscribe. New video every week. Welcome to PsychCuts.